Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Viroqua, Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, as we're ready to bring you some Coulee Conference Wrestling. The Arcadia Raiders traveled to town, and they're ready to tangle with the Viroqua Blackhawks. Both teams with some pretty good numbers here, and we look for, well, probably somewhere around maybe 10 to 11 matches. We'll have the introductions here right now. We're going to take a little break and come back. Let's take a look at some of those sponsors. In fact, let's do the rolling script of all of our sponsors. And when we come back, we'll get things started with Preston Broker and Cruz Patzner coming out onto the mat. Welcome back. Thanks again to all those terrific sponsors bringing you today's action here from Viroqua. Well, the first match of the evening, we're going to start at 152 pounds. This is Cruz Patzner of Arcadia, and he is going to be facing off with Preston Broker for the Blackhawks. Preston is senior. We don't have the full lineup as far as what the age is for these guys, but as far as for Arcadia, that is. But it just seems like Patzner, that's a very familiar name anyways in the Arcadia wrestling family, and just seems like he's been around a while. That just is usually the case. Patzner is going to try and drop in on a leg, and Broker fighting that off. Doing a pretty good job here right now. Has that whizzer in, trying to get that leg back, and keeping the pressure down on his opponent in Cruz Patzner. Opening match, we start things off. We also have DeSoto here tonight a reshot after breaking away. And they're going to go with the takedown here for Broker, as Pastner tried to get out of bounds but wound up on his hands with his knees on the mat. Now there's going to be a quick discussion on that. Just wanted to make sure that maybe they weren't also running off the mat. Everything is taken care of there. In fact, the Arcadia coach, I could imagine he's probably thinking, his knees probably weren't even in the cylinder, as they say, in the orange part. But our referee here tonight saying, no, this is the way I see it. Broker on top here now. Trying to work in here a pinning combination. He's got that arm bar. Kind of going with a far half Nelson, but now Pastner able to get up and, a very quick little snap and spin here. And he's going to pick up the reversal. So Pastner tying things up with a slick move. Now trying to work in his pinning combination. Well, always a pretty good rivalry between Arcadia, Viroqua. Some great matches along the way. Been some, when you look at that Coulee conference, there's been a number of great matches throughout the years. Well, buzzer sounds, and choice is going to go to Pastner, and he says, yeah, I'm going to take down. So that's what he'll do. It's a 2-2 score here in this matchup. They get things set. Pastner is set. Broker on top, and there's your whistle. Trying to get the tilt here with a wrist ride. Trying to get that arm bar series tucked in. Broker with that long stretch of his, trying to use that to his advantage, loading up Pastner on his hips and trying to get that tilt. Pastner, though, able to roll through it, fighting that off. Broker will stretch him out, go back in with that half Nelson off from the armbar. Trying to run him right over the top here, and he slipped off the top himself. And Pastner picks up the 2. Well, just got a little bit high, and Pastner made him pay for it. And now it's Arcadia with the lead at 4-2. As Broker flattened out on the mat. Now Preston looking to stand up here, trying to come up with a far side cradle. Oh, it looks like he might have it locked up. Pastner trying to get a turn here, and he has the turn. Picking up some back points here on Preston Broker. Broker trying to kick out, but that near side with that left leg, it's pretty tight. Checking to see if the fall is there. That is awfully close. There it is. Pin coming here for Arcadia as Pastner will pick up the win. We're going to bump up now to 160 pounds where Caden Sullivan for the Blackhawks comes out onto the mat. Efren Hernandez will be his opponent. The two wrestlers facing each other. Sullivan kind of going in now, kind of putting some pressure on him, stalking him a little bit, if you will. Now goes in, shoots a hard single. Looked like he wanted to go with a double, but went to a single and a nice trip. a lift and a trip there to bring Hernandez down to the mat. Hernandez now standing up, front headlock situation, and then he'll let him go. Sullivan says, I'm not quite that comfortable with that front headlock yet. And he'll back up here and look for another shot here like he had in that first one. There he is. Got the long arms, able to come in and get that single leg, picking up the takedown. Well, another good shot there by Sullivan. And now another release. 4-2 your score. Looking at Sullivan with two really nice single leg shots here. And he's going to go in for another one. And a nice trip, a little inside trip that time around. And he secures his third takedown here in the first period. Getting right after some things here, and now another release. Sullivan, a little more comfortable on his feet here. First year wrestler too, by the way. Trying to, pick up the idea and what needs to be done here in the sport. And that'll be the end of period number 1. Sullivan's choice, and he says, after looking at the coaches, neutral. And that's what it'll be. 6-0 team score here. Arcadia out in front, coming up with the pin in that 152-pound matchup. Both wrestlers, again, you have to credit Sullivan. He is moving forward here. Trying to get a little duck under was Hernandez, but he slips. Kind of, maybe I'll say, I don't want to say like a half-hearted, but he just didn't go right through it. And now the pin. Sullivan coming up with the pin as he was able to bring his opponent down to the mat. Hernandez, he kind of fired through him a little bit. And he comes up with that second period pin. Wow, what a job there. And that will tie the matchup. Caden Sullivan with the victory. We take a look at 170 pounds, and Anthony DiPietro will pick up a victory via the forfeit. That will increase the lead now, or give the lead, I should say, actually, to the Blackhawks. It's now 12-6 as both teams split pins in the first two matches. Now Petro with that forfeit. Take a look here at 182 pounds. It will be Jack Kleiser coming out onto the mat. He is going to be taking on Daniel Rodriguez of Arcadia. Kleiser going right after things. Little snap, front headlock situation. Now goes with an over-under. Looking like he would, kind of think about maybe an Iowa, something of that nature. Trying to spin around behind. Has Rodriguez flattened out, and he does spin around for the 2. He'll take the early lead here. Trying to come in with a crossface, kind of a chest crusher type move here. And he's able to get that. Got some back points coming now. Very aggressive is Kleiser. Trying to put the pressure on here. Rodriguez doing a nice job of coming back around, looking to get back to his base, and he's able to do just that. 3 for the near fall. Kleiser out in front, 5-0. First period action. Again, another crossface chest crusher type move. And he's picking up some more points here. Chance for another 3 near fall. He should have that. Now he's looking for the pin. Jason Benrud, our official here tonight. There's 3 more near fall. 8-0 your score. Kleiser with just a lot of pressure here on Rodriguez. That'll be the end of the period. Take a look at it. It's going to go to Kleiser. He says he'll defer. And Rodriguez, well, he doesn't want anything to do with being down underneath there just yet. And he chose the top position. Good start here for period number 2. Kleiser's standing up here. He's going to be brought back down to the mat. Oh, nice job there by by Rodriguez on Kleiser, as he was able to kind of break down that hip and put Kleiser back on the mat. And he's got him flattened right out. Now a nice little kind of shuck situation here by Kleiser, as Rodriguez got a little bit high here, and he was able to kind of shuck him off the back and pick up the reversal. 10-0 now your score. Kleiser in control of this match. As Rodriguez down flat once again. Looks like he wants to go back to that crossface situation. Now Rodriguez is going to be warned for stalling. He looks to get back to his base. And Kleiser looking to break him back down. Has him stretched out once again. Trying to get that crossface. Rodriguez did have the arm and was able to hold him off on that. Now we'll see if Kleiser can get something going. Rodriguez wanted to, I call TP up. Kleiser again brings him back down, but Rodriguez doing a better job of not going all the way to his stomach here until I say that. And then Kleiser is able to chop him down to his belly. And that will be the end of period number 2. Kleiser's choice, the coaching staff says, you're doing a great job. Let's go where you had some success, and that was on your feet. 10-0 score here. Well, if he can get this, he does get the takedown. Let's see if he can come up with a turn here. If he's going to go back to that crossface situation or what he wants to go through. He does have Rodriguez broken down pretty well here. He does come up with that right arm like he wants that crossface coming in on the right side. Now, as Rodriguez fights that off, there's the, looks like a potential cradle situation, but Kleiser not able to reach over for that one, so he's going to bounce back up here on the left side. Now drops back with a good arm chop. Here's a crossface again. Well, another turn here, and he got a potential for a tech fall. Whoa, there's a nice little move as Rodriguez tried to get out from underneath. And Kleiser was able to catch him with that crossface. Very close to the pin here. as Rodriguez with an excellent fight. Give that young man some credit there. He gets back to his base. It will be a 3 near fall, and it's a 15-0 tech fall here for Jack Kleiser of Viroqua. And the Blackhawks move out in front now. They're up by 11. 17-6 your team score as we take a look at Aaron DePietro coming out against Martin Aguilar for the Arcadia Raiders. I'll tell you what, DePietro has had a pretty nice year here so far. And this young man is really, I wonder if he won't get this again, but he is very good at the Cradle Series. We'll see if he can get a takedown and maybe go into his pinning combination. Aguilar looked to go for that leg, now jumps in to that right leg. DePietro, very, very tall, reaches up over the top here and grabs an ankle. Has a chance for a crossface. Let's see if he can pick up a bit of a defensive takedown. There it is. He did do just that. He stopped the movement of Aguilar, and tell you what, that's really tough when you got somebody that long like DePietro, and here comes that cradle. He's got it locked up. Wants to bump into him and take him over. There it is. He is very, very tough with this. Let's see if he can get the pin. He's got the 5 count for the 3 near fall. Aguilar kicks out of it. That was a very good job by Aguilar, because DePietro, usually when he gets that locked up, it's going to be very difficult to get out from underneath. Aguilar steps up and nearly gets away before DePietro brings him back down to the mat. Trying to work some hand control here is Aguilar, and finally lets go of that, and DePietro comes up over the top once again, but that's going to be the end of period number 1. 5-0 score, DePietro out in front. Aguilar will defer, and DePietro, he wasted no time. He said, I want top. He could feel that pinning combination coming in again, and he wants to go after it one more time. Looking to go underneath. Gonna lock this up again. Slipping off the head though this time, as Aguilar able to pop that elbow. Now catching the cradle, bringing Aguilar over to his back, and there's going to be a 2 near fall. You got about a 4 count on that, I would say, before DePietro had that leg kind of kick off the pinning combination. That was Aguilar with that. Now DePietro brings him back over again. Not the cradle situation, kind of more of a little bit of a chest crusher type move. Another 3 near fall. And out of bounds they go. 10-0 your score. Aguilar in the down position here, as that's where he was at going out of bounds. So DePietro. They'll reset here, and they're ready to go. Now stacking up, and there's the pin, just like that. He stacked him up, did DePietro, and he's going to get the win here. And it's, let's see, what did we have there? It was 17-6. It's now 23-6. Viroqua. So the Blackhawks with a nice lead here right now. They're going to see if they can continue on with their winning ways. Trayton Schmidt of the Blackhawks coming out onto the mat. He is going to be facing Juan Sandoval for the Raiders of Arcadia. Viroqua doing a nice job. They've got some new guys out here wrestling this year, and that's always good to see. If they look to continue with that, we call, I guess you could say, a little bit of a rebuild. Both wrestlers locking up ear to ear. As we said, 23-6 is your team score. Here is Schmidt dropping down on a leg. Sandoval doing a good job of stepping away from that and now stretching out, putting a lot of pressure on the shoulders, and out of bounds they go. That the head, neck, and shoulder region of Schmidt. They slipped out of bounds, so a fresh start coming up here. Right, of course, in the center of the mat, Schmidt dropping down, trying to reach down and get that knee. Again, a young wrestler of, and I say young in regards to the sport, working on changing that level. Both wrestlers working those arms as the time runs out. Fresh start, now period number 2. Both catch who had the choice, but they're back up on their feet regardless, where they are both more comfortable. Still no score in the match. Kind of working their own tight circle. Oh, a little bit of a duck under here by Schmidt, and he gets in on the leg, trying to bring Sandoval down to the mat, and nice pressure there. He was able to collapse that hip and pick up the takedown. So nice work there for Trayton Schmidt. He's up on that shoulder region. He's got a half Nelson now. And that's good to see. He has Sandoval turned, trying to come up with the fall here. Trying to get that leverage. He's got good length here right now. He's got that arm controlled. Got that right arm controlled of Sandoval. And there's the fall. In the second period, Trayton Schmidt with another pin here for the Blackhawks. And that will give them a 29-6 lead. Well, congratulations there. Trayton Schmidt, your winner. We moved, that was at 220 pounds, by the way, moved to 285 pounds. Viroqua does not have a wrestler here. And that means Eric Bustos will pick up the win by a forfeit for the Raiders, and that will close the gap a little bit here as they pick up 6, and it's now 12 for them. 29-12 is your score. And let's see if we move, as we move down, I do not believe anybody has a wrestler at 106 pounds, so that's going to be a double forfeit. No points scored for that. So we can stay with it here. We jump right up to 113 pounds, where we will see Alex Klum come out onto the mat. Alex just coming off a nice win at the championship at the Lee Griffin Wrestling Tournament. He is going to be facing Heidi Hernandez here for the Arcadia Raiders. Alex, a freshman. Here's a nice shot, nice little double leg, and kind of a slide by on top of that, goes right into a pinning combination and has Hernandez turned. And the fall, just that quick. Wow, that was about under 30 seconds here for Alex Klum. He picks up the win, and the Blackhawks, with that 6, they're going to jump out 35-12 now in front of Arcadia. We will take a look here at 120 pounds. Ivan Aguilar is going to come out and face Hunter Thurine.
120, Hunter Thurine, Ivan Aguilar.
They'll shake hands here. Ivan Aguilar, for some reason that name sounds familiar, other than we have had an Aguilar wrestle already. But not sure if that's if he wrestled last year. Maybe that's where the name is coming across. We'll see. Both wrestlers out here, and again now here you can see Aguilar maybe a little more experience as he is being the aggressor, going in. Look for a high crotch single leg. Drops over here though to the left side. He went for the right leg, dropped off to the left, and Thurine did a nice job of fighting that off. Come back to the center of the mat. Thurine trying to look for maybe a snap here as he has that arm, that far arm caught, but now Aguilar going to do a little sweep single and very close to picking up the takedown. And there it is. Aguilar will score the first points in this matchup and leads 2-0. Aguilar now has a far side cradle, and he's able to bring Thurine over and expose his back. Going to pick up some near fall points here. Now a potential chin drop here, but Thurine feels that one coming, and that'll be the end of the period. 5-0 your score here in Ivan Aguilar with the lead. Aguilar will be in the down position here. Thurine on top, trying to control, but not able to do so. A quick turnaround with the reversal. Got those hips out and was able to hit that switch to pick up the 2. Now, Thurine got a little bit long, is what we would call it, and it's kind of a pancake situation here for Aguilar. He's got, he's going to get 3 more back points here as he's trying to lock this up. Got the arm and the head. Thurine just inches away from getting away, but not enough leverage there. He finally does get back to his base, though. Good job. Three near fall for Aguilar. Out in front now. 10-0 here in this second period of action. Trying to jump over onto that near side, the near side where the half Nelson is. Thurine. trying to tripod up, TP up here. Also trying to look at potential hand control. Stands up, there's the escape. 10-1 your score. Oh, right back down. It's going to be a takedown and some back points coming here. Aguilar was just able to collapse the hips, and it was one of those situations where Thureen just couldn't stop it. There is the buzzer to end the period. It's a 3 near fall. So 15 to 1 is what I have. We begin period number 3. Well, a takedown here now for Aguilar would end this match unless he would get Thureen to his back on the takedown. It's 15-2. Takedown would give it a tech fall situation here for the Raiders. Thureen not finished here. He is going after a double leg, but now gets stretched out. Aguilar trying to put that pressure on the head and shoulder area, as you can see, keeping Thureen kind of stymied there. Now Thureen backs up just enough where he can try to get resituate his angle. Aguilar finds the head post and spins around behind for the takedown, and that will end the match. That is a tech fall, 17-2, and a pretty good effort there by Thureen. He did not give up in that match. That was good to see. And 5 points going here for Arcadia. That puts the team score at 35-17. So we move up to 126 pounds. Viroqua not able to put a wrestler out there on the mat. So Andy Monroy of Arcadia will pick up the forfeit win here for the Raiders. And it's 35-23, just like that. Let's bump up to 132 pounds. Ethan Dobbs will step out. And he is going to face Matthew Badillo from Arcadia. Well, he's got a tough opponent here. Dobbs, one of the more exciting wrestlers in our area. There's a nice little double leg that we see a lot out of him, and he goes right into a tilt situation, but Badillo is able to kind of roll through that. Head lever situation here by Dobbs. Staying with that, and now he'll come with the crossface situation. As Badillo fights that off, Dobbs able to put in that arm bar, and he's got that far wrist, a deep ride. Now let's go with that. Now coming up with a turn off from that arm bar situation. A lot of pressure there. Dobbs using the angle pretty well. Badillo is able to kind of kick out of that and get back to his base. 3 near fall. It's 5-0 Dobbs. Now he comes in with a half Nelson, but they're going to call it illegal hold here, as going to consider that a full Nelson. He just touched, and Probably a pretty good call there, to be honest. So 5-1 your score here. And Badillo had to kind of take care of that headgear, get the good start. Dobbs going right back into that potential armbar. He really likes those a lot. He's got that armbar and now has the wrist tucked in, and he brings Badillo up and over. See if he's going to get a couple of near fall points. He will, as Badillo, well, I tell you what, he showed some ability to get out of that pinning combination as he squirmed out of it. But the two near fall, and now it's 7-1, make it 7-2 as Dobbs says, I just want to go takedowns. So they'll give Badillo the point. Comes a nice double leg shot, bringing him down to the mat, and right away going into that potential cradle situation here. Trying to come up with a turn. He's caught that arm and now picking up back points. Badillo just got himself a little bit long on that defense, and Dobbs took advantage of it. Now coming in with a pretty deep half Nelson, slowly sinking Badillo's shoulders towards the mat. Badillo's showing some pretty good effort here, but now the fall is picked up on, and there's the call. Dobbs picking up the pin here, and a 41-23 lead here for Viroqua. Well, nice job there by Ethan Dobbs to get that win. And now we're going to go to 138 pounds, where Vinny Klum will step out onto the mat. At least I would imagine that is who would be coming over here for the Blackhawks. If so, the opponent, we do know right now, is Nestor Badillo. And it is Klum coming out onto the mat. Vinny with a nice tournament. He finished third at the Lee Griffin. He had a lot of wrestling to do. He came back through on that consolation side, and I thought he just wrestled a very, very good tournament after picking up that one loss. That was a tough loss, tough break, but he bounced back very well. Now let's see what Vinny can do here with Nestor Badillo. Badillo with a front headlock, trying to sweep him by, and he does just that, picking up the takedown. Klum able to move those hips and kind of sit out on him and pick up the, well, let's see if they've given him the escape yet here. Now they do, once they broke away. So it's 2-1 Badillo. Wrestlers locking up here once again. Badillo with the early takedown. Let's see if he can come up with another one here. Trying to shoot in. Klum catches front headlock, and Badillo turns right out of it. Trying to work some head position here a little bit. Now they'll break away, and that'll be the end of period number 1. 2-1 score, Badillo out in front. Arcadia has the choice, and Badillo says, "I'll take down." Clum on top here in the starting position, and it's a good start. Badillo tried to come up, and wow, I tell you what, Clum did a nice job with that chop, and from right back down to the mat. And you can see he has a lot of pressure on that left side right now, and a good tight waist, flattening Badillo out on the mat. Clum trying to work in here. He's got cross face, trying to look for that potential cradle, and he's got it locked up. Oh, good job. And just like that, the pin. It did not take but mere seconds once he got that locked up. And Vinny Clum from behind picks up the pin. And a big win here for the Blackhawks. Vinny Clum with a big win there on that pin off from that crossface cradle gives the Blackhawks a 47-23 lead here as they come out onto the mat, they being Hunter Fitzpatrick of Arcadia and Gunnar Keenan for the Blackhawks. They get this match going here. We're at 145 pounds, the final match of the evening. Fitzpatrick, front headlock series, and goes in and gets the takedown. Has things locked up and has Gunnar turned here, and this is a pretty tough hold. Wow, there's the pin. A quick pin here for Hunter Fitzpatrick, and he is going to pick up the victory here for the Arcadia Raiders in the final match of the evening to close the gap to 47-29. As the teams will come across, that is your final score here in this Coulee Conference matchup. We hope that you've enjoyed watching this Western Wisconsin video production of Viroqua Blackhawk Wrestling. Stay tuned. We'll have the Blackhawks taking on the DeSoto Pirates, and that'll be coming up in just a little while. Congratulations once again, Blackhawks, with the win. So long for now. We'll see you real soon, right back here on the mats. 47-29, Viroqua, your final score.